True.
Oh, if we're doing it like that, my list.
Let me ask you that. I'll list off characters. You tell me where you think they would place in a worldwide ranking. For example, where do you think Bachata would rank? Out of characters we know now, or like in end of series, even though characters who get introduced that we don't know, where do you think he would rank?
Top 20.
Top 10.
Top 20.
I think he'd probably rank between 20 and maybe even 50.
I think Bachara is someone who I would put around 1920.
Well, let me ask you, where do you put Lavinho in the current generation? Do you think Lavinho is a top 20 player? Or do you think he's more closer to be like 21 to 50 range? That's where I think Lavinho is, and that's where I think Bachata will be.
I would put Lavinho right now as a 19-20-ish rank, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm really putting this
maybe
Latino's
like
not as good as people expect. Calm down. You saw what happened in name. You saw the king, the prince that was never king.
Okay, but just because he's based off him doesn't mean he has to share his record.
Like 22 for Lavinho.
But there's nothing that's saying that Lavinho was actually a top 5 striker.
Yeah.
Currently, we have 9 pro players, I believe. Unless you count Ego, that's 10. Like current pro players, I'm not counting Loki because he's still U20. Where do you think Lavinho sits on that ranking?
So you know,
of the 9 we have the World 5, we have the World 5, and then we have the Masters, and then Ego. I guess it is 9.
That guy. I put him like 5, 6.
But you're putting him on the lower end, right?
Where am I ranking who out of that?
Lavinho out of the World 5 and the Master Strikers.
Now, here's the thing. The reason I'm making the statement I'm making, I think Bachara could potentially end up on Cavassos level. And I would put Cavassos top 4.
Really?
You think Cavassos is better than Lavinho?
Yes.
Really?
Easily.
I would lean towards it because he has Metavision.
I think of the people we've seen, of like the pro players, the only players I'm actively, in terms of as overall players, the only ones I'm really thinking of putting above him, Snuffy, who's definitely going above Cavassos in my opinion. I think Luna and Noah. Those are the only 3 I'd rate above Cavassos. And then I'd rate Chris Prince just under him at 5.
Wow.
As overall, if we're not rating...
Can I ask what evidence you have Can I ask you what evidence you have that puts Cavassos above Lavinho?
Yeah, Pablo's so high.
Who, me?
Yeah.
None. I literally just said it's a gut feeling. It's where my brain tells me this should rank. I have no evidence for it.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. I wanted to get my... What exactly is a Rabona? Does a Rabona, when you hit it, have to go straight up, like a chip?
No. It's just the way you hit it.
It's cross legs,
right? Is it like how Sai does his cross elastico?
Yeah.
It's into a pass. It's a Rabona pass.
Yeah.
Okay, because Cavassos hit a Rabona pass to Adam Blake. The only other character we've seen do a Rabona pass, I think, is Charles.
Another thing, Cavassos is basically confirmed to have Metavision, if not outright confirmed. I can't remember.
Ooh, Pablo? He has it.
Yeah, we've seen it.
And I don't think Lavinho does, and I think that one distinctifier, like, I realize you said what puts him above Lavinho in my mind. That's what puts him above.
Bacha does also hit one. Bacha does hit one. Bacha does hit one.
Well, I have a question now.
Yeah, I would put Cavassos above Lavinho because of the Metavision. Lavinho, whilst he's good, his main focus of dribbling and his like style does not distinctify that level of skill that goes above Cavassos, in my opinion. Because Cavassos has Metavision. And I don't think Lavinho's skills and techniques can surpass that.
So, okay,
as for my ranking of Cavassos against Chris Prince, I have no explanation for it. I just think Chris Prince as an overall player is not as good as he is as a pure striker. And I think the reason I put Luna third is purely because the way I feel Luna's being built up.
I feel the opposite though. I
Same.
feel Chris Prince is a really good overall player.
So here's my question: Adam Blake versus Chris Prince. Like
Chris Prince, bro.
I think Chris Prince is stronger than not stronger, but better than
did you see the size of Chris Prince's arm? I don't know if you like looked at it fully. If you look at how big his fucking arm is, dude, it is the size of 2 of Kaiser's. He has a big ass fucking arm, bro. Yeah, like hold up, he's built like the football players that Bato was playing against. Like hold up, let me send this. It's the size of his fucking thigh. Peep the Discord general chat. Look at the size of this motherfuckers.
I genuinely believe that Adam Blake.
Black Bull says Pablo didn't do a robo on a pass. I don't remember.
I do believe that Adam Blake is one of the worst pro players of the ones we've seen.
most goals, but
really,
he scored the most goals in the English league. You cannot say that.
Yeah, I mean, Adam Blake.
Meaning he inherently scored more goals than Chris Prince did.
That's the same thing I want to say about Lavinho with Luna, because Lavinho scored more goals than Luna.
But once again, I'm talking as them as overall players.
I think Chris Prince is probably a better overall player.
Yeah, overall.
Also,
second best in the world.
I don't care if Adam Blake has scored more goals. Chris Prince has the title of the second best striker
by votes.
But yeah, that's his popularity, which is why I think he's better overall.
No. I think all this means is it's like the debate of Rin versus Shido.
Well, also, the vote for best and second best was a popularity thing, which Noah had 800 votes. Chris Prince only had 200.
Yeah.
101.
But to be fair, if the gap between first and second is that much, what's the gap, do you think, between Chris Prince and
can't be that much.
Yeah, but like, to what degree though?
I reckon Chris Prince has like over 3 times the votes Adam Blake did.
Possibly.
Yeah. Okay. And another thing, like you see from the feats, whenever Noah matches up to Chris Prince, I think somebody pointed this out. Noah always attacks Prince from like a surprise. He never faces Prince's head on because he would lose. It's a difference in physicality.
Wait, doesn't he take him down in when he's trying to get Chris out of the way for Isagi to counter?
Yeah, so he kind of holds from his blind spot. He kind of holds him back.
Okay.
Yeah, he always catches Prince by surprise.
The only reason I'm putting Adam Blake as an overall player so low is because I do genuinely think most of Adam Blake's skills come from being A, his ability to charge up the field, and B, his ability to finish off plays. That's why I think as an overall player he ranks lower in my opinion. I don't
also,
think he's
even
the
then,
worst.
by the way, in order for Chris Prince to not reach the ball, Noah had to tackle him. So he fully knocked his entire body. They're off the ground, and they fall.
Yeah,
like Noah tackles Prince onto the ground to stop him from moving.
Yeah,
that's the difference in physicality. It's insane.
But yeah, I think overall there are definitely because you've got to bear in mind we didn't get to see the World 5 go to their full extent, I guess. But we've also the Master Strikers, even though they used more than the others, they didn't go to their full extent. We just got to see more of them. And it's okay, where do we rank these comparatively? I've got to go based off limited feats versus a lot of feats and estimate how do these lot of feats stack up against the limited feats. Not doing it based on how many feats you've got, but doing it based on, because that just shows how much screen time they've got, how many feats they've got. But doing it based on the quality of their feats, I think Cavasos is definitely one of the top players. And I think someone like Adam Blake and Dada Silva, those two are some of the lower players alongside Lavinho. They make up my bottom 3.
That, and then when it comes to that, I'm just thinking are you taking narrative into account? Because for me, the narrative implies master strikers are better than the World 5. Because we see Loki, who's a master striker, when he's talking about them. Of course, he's being egotistical, right? But he always places himself on a different level.
Well, okay, hold on. Where do you scale Loki? Where do you scale Loki against the master strikers?
Given Noah's statement of Loki poses the biggest threat to him, I would say he's number 3. Snuffy's the best player in the world, second best striker. Loki's the third best striker.
So then you would put Lavinho under him.
Yes.
Okay. Loki was also confirmed in episode 90 to be better than the rest of the World 5.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was saying. He puts himself above them. Yeah.
Yeah, even Nunes and the rest of them because you're so much better, you can talk so much shit to us.
Nunes literally saying you look down on us, and he's like, no, I think you guys did great until I showed up.
Well, I honestly
Master Strikers over World 5.
I believe that the narrative does not say the Master Strikers are better than the World 5 as players. I believe it says they're better than them as strikers.
These are the 5 best strikers or whatever in terms of pure striking. Not best.
Not 5 best, but I think these are 5 strikers that are better than the World 5. But as overall players, I don't think they're all definitely better. For example, I will not take the belief that Lavinho is better than Luna. As a striker, sure, he scored more goals than Luna. But as an overall player, no. Same goes for
Luna has 1 feet.
Cavasos. I can't believe
you're pissing me off now.
I can't support that because again, like you said, of course, it's just your idea, but there's no soluble, tangible evidence that puts them on the same level. Narrative puts master strikers above. Feats put master strikers above.
Narrative doesn't put master strikers. No. Narrative states these 5 strikers as strikers, not overall players. That's the point I'm getting at.
It's a striker series.
Okay, right. Look at this, right? How I look at it, right? If we're arguing Master Strikers versus World 5, take what we know about the Master Strikers. Second best striker in the world, best overall player in the world, a confirmed character who's better than the rest of the World 5. Who is to argue that Lavinho also is not better than them as well? Than the vast majority of them, considering you have 4 of them who are. Are you telling me that 4 of them are, and then one of them isn't? Is that
we can't definitively state.
But you can come to conclusions through analysis.
With reasonable evidence.
Yes, but I want to state, you can't definitively state. This is what I'm getting at. There is no definitive proof that narrative states these are better overall.
But we're going off. But the whole subject is a hypothetical, meaning hypotheticals are allowed in a hypothetical topic. If you are talking hypotheticals, you're allowed to engage in hypotheticals. So if I'm saying, okay, best striker in the world, second best striker in the world, confirmed the best overall player in the world, confirmed to be better than the other World 5 members. When you have four of them are already confirmed to be superior to these guys based on feats and confirmed analysis of these characters alone, are you going to tell me hypothetically one of them's just not, this guy doesn't link up with the rest of them?
Can I clarify?
It would make sense.
I disagree with your point that saying Prince has been confirmed as better than them. He's been confirmed to be the second best striker. However, we know that strikers can be better as overall players than the best strikers. Look at Snuffy. He's a striker who's an overall better player. Therefore, it is possible, which is what I'm getting at, it is possible that characters like Chris Prince, Lavinho, as pure strikers, are far better than them. And that's what I'm acknowledging.
Let's take a look at other performances, right?
The master strikers are the best strikers. But I believe that it will turn out that as overall players, as people capable of doing other things than just purely being strikers, some of the World 5 will exceed what the master strikers can do.
Well, let's take a look at Chris Prince, right? Chris Prince, like it was brought up, Chris Prince had to be tackled from behind or not face in a physical battle against Noah. What he specializes in is in his strength, right? Strength, speed, technique, something with strategy, right? Do you really say that Lavinho's dribbling? Do you think Lavinho's dribbling is worse than anything we see from the Master Strikers, or from the World 5? Anything we have from the World 5 realistically put them above? Because again, we're speculating, sure, but go off of exactly what we have in relation to narrative, to dialogue,
do I need to state
performances.
Someone specific dribbling or just someone specific thing that they have?
Lavinho, based off of Lavinho's core abilities and the feats we have for him, do you think he's worse than the other Master Strikers, or worse than the World 5?
I think yes.
Why?
Yes.
Why?
I will state yes.
Why?
Name a player, please.
There needs to be a why.
If you can't, if you just say it's a gut feeling, that is not justifiable reasoning.
No, I will explain. No, the reason when I said a gut feeling before, I thought you were on about Chris Prince. So regarding Lavinho, my reasoning behind why I believe it, based on the skills and feats he has from his dribbling, I do not believe those skills and feats match up with the abilities of people who can use metavision. Therefore, with someone confirmed to use metavision, I think he is, by default, until we have evidence proven against Pablo, by default, I think he's above Lavinho.
I have a question. Have we ever seen Lavinho's dribbling go against somebody with metavision?
No.
Actually, I think the only game we haven't seen anything from was Barca and Ubers.
Yeah.
That's the one game we haven't seen anything from.
Yeah. But like Lavinho only does Ginga against BM.
Yeah.
That we know of.
Yeah.
And Noah cannot steal the ball. Just saying. But also, who's the best non-dribbler in the series besides Lavinho?
Non-dribbler?
No. Best. Sorry, non-pro. Like the second best dribbler in the series. That's not Lavinho.
I'm assuming Loki doesn't count.
Yeah, Loki doesn't.
I'd probably say Sai.
Okay. Have we seen Sai dribble against a metavision user?
With metavision, no.
No. Okay, then who's the third best dribbler?
Probably Bacha or Reen.
Okay, have we seen Bacha dribble directly against a metavision user?
Directly against? No.
Yes. Using metavision, no. Because he dribbled around. He dribbled around Ryo. Ryo wasn't using metavision. Mm-hmm. He's dribbled around Isagi, I think. Wasn't using metavision. He's dribbled around. No, I don't think we've actually seen Bacha to do it. Reen has, but Reen was in destroy mode for one instance, and then Reen also outplayed Kaiser and Isagi. But again, that just goes to Rain's foresight.
That's dribbling. Exactly. Right. So why would you assume that Metavision would heavily counter dribbling or prove as a negative?
He's saying it's not that it counters. He's saying, I believe he's saying it outweighs it. So the fact that he has Metavision outweighs the advantage of his dribbling.
Yes, I believe the dribbling that Lavinho has, whilst it's good and a great skill, I think the ability of Metavision is overall a better.
But the issue is that Metavision doesn't cohesively mean that they're advantage because Nico has Metavision.
It's a what's the word? A spectrum. It's not like Kvasov has the best Metavision we've ever seen. It's not like he has the worst Metavision we've ever seen. You have to literally guess what his level of Metavision is.
Anything from what we've seen, his Metavision is only used in a similar way to like Charles. Like it's only used to send passes. We don't really use it for we don't see him use it for anything else.
Yeah. So he could be one of those partial Metavision users like Rayo right now. And I don't think
I doubt he's here's the thing. I doubt he's using it like subconsciously. I think he knows what he's doing. He just doesn't know what it's called. Like he doesn't call it anything. Like he calls it Metavision. He would just be he's like Kaiser. Kaiser does it, but he doesn't call it Metavision.
Yeah, so I think a mostly featless ability shouldn't outweigh a dribbling ability that not even Noah could steal the ball from.
Wait, no one has really stolen it in 1v1. They've always had to like jump Batra to even like do anything.
The only person who's stolen the ball at all was Chris Prince, I think. And even then, that wasn't like he was dribbling. He just intercepted the pass and then got it immediately stolen.
Yeah, he beat his track.
Dribbling,
yeah.
And even that feat is insane because like he was like halfway across the field and then he just catches Nagy off guard.
I get what Lexio's saying, and it does make sense, right? However, like having Metavision is a huge buff to a character. It means you have high game IQ, high intelligence, great vision, and you overall can predict the flow of the game, right? But the issue is, Metavision users, they're not gonna, if you're going like one-on-one, Metavision isn't gonna help you in a one-on-one. And I know that's not the argument here, but it's a matter of like, do we gamble on the innate abilities of one thing as leverage, or do we just put our faith in what we know of and what we've seen? Because also we haven't seen enough from either character.
Here's the thing: we have seen more from Lavinho than we have from Pablo. Can everyone agree with that?
Yeah.
So from what we've seen of both of them, in my opinion, their biggest feats, Lavinho's only feats of note, in my personal opinion, correct me if I'm wrong, are his Jenga dribbling, which led him to a goal, and that is it.
His assist. But it's not really a good feat.
He's got decent passing skills because he's able to connect with Bachata and Otoya really easily and seamlessly. To where
and Bunny.
And Bunny, He doesn't. His passes don't stop the flow of the game. He's able to keep passes that continuously push forward the flow of the game without having to pause. That makes
Meanwhile, Cavasos's biggest feat, and in my opinion, one of his only feats of note, is having Metavision. If I'm not mistaken, this could be me misremembering. Doesn't he also have like feats of like really good passing?
Yeah, that's where he uses his Metavision. That's where he uses
the best free kicker. How are we not remembering this?
Also, free kicks, but
exactly. So obviously he has good passing because free kickers have to be good passers.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I think as a whole thing, they've both got the passing, which is good, and I think from what we've seen of the passing, I personally equalize them out. Then it comes to the dribbling and the Metavision. As we know, if you use Metavision alongside a good passer, you can make some of the best passes possible.
I think there's kind of scales. Do you value a genius or a talented learner midfielder or a genius striker? It's basically like a Hiyori versus Bachata debate. Like, do you value a genius goal scorer or a playmaking or a talented learner playmaking midfielder?
And I would value Bachata.
I value Hiyori more in this position. As an overall player, I value Hiyori more. As a striker, I value Batra more. Batra, I don't deny Lavinho, is better at the position of striker. But I think as an overall player...
So then you say, you believe Pablo's superior, then, right?
Yes.
Okay, do you believe Loki's superior?
To who?
Lavinho.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 2 of the world's 5. Automatically, you're putting Lavinho... Pretty sure you're putting him at 6 right now. 6 or 5 or 6. 5 or 6. What about Luna? What about Luna? One of the ace strikers for the world's strongest club.
Yeah, I think Luna's above Lavinho.
Now you've knocked him down to 6. What about Adam Blake, the top goal scorer in the English league? Do you think he's better than Lavinho?
No.
Thank God, I was about to fucking say, bro.
What about Dada Silva?
I don't think Dada Silva's better either.
Okay, so we just listed off and went through 8 pro characters. So, with those 8 being listed, do you think that on a ranking across the world, You really think Lavinho is
No.
at 19?
No. This whole debate has changed my mind on where I put Lavinho.
So now you're with me that he should be between 20 and 50.
Yes, I am with you. I would put him probably like 31-ish.
That is exactly the point I've been making with this entire debate. That is the entire reason I started this entire thing.
However, as I said, I think Archer will end up closer to a Cavazos type player.
I don't. I think Hiyori's.
I don't. Yeah.
I think
that is a good point.
With how much is being written right now, especially with his introduction, he's 100% turning into a Lavinho.
Okay.
A great dribbler and winger. That's a showboater. That's who he is.
Wait, does everyone really think Cavazos over Lavinho? Oh.
Yeah, it's my genuine opinion that the World 5. It's my genuine opinion that whilst the Master Strikers are better in the position of striker, the World 5 tend to be just as good overall players.
All right.
Except
I've been on here for almost 3 hours. I gotta work on this video.
All right, fair enough.
That's not bad.
Right. Yeah. Bye.
See ya.
I have a question. Why is the World 5 called the World 5 again? What was the original title?
That was their original title. They were called the World 5 because they're just 5 world-class players.
World-class
that they had to play against.
So the only thing defining them is world class. That's it.
Yes.
Not even like best in the world, just world class.
Yeah, world class.
Yeah.
I find that hard to argue against Master Striker, but sure.
I mean, the Master Strikers are also world class players, though.
Yeah, I want to say
world class involves everyone who played at world class.
No, I'm sorry. Master Strikers aren't considered the Master Strikers because they are the best strikers. No, the reason they're called Master Strikers is because they are the masters of the clubs. They're the ones who lead their clubs. So by your definition,
what does Eagle call them?
World class defines it as these are players who play on the world stage. Master Strikers defines these are club level players. So your logic is saying that the World 5 are better than the Master Strikers.
No, because Eagle calls them something specific.
No, I don't think that's true.
No,
I don't think that's right.
So you're saying Snuffy and Noah are just basic club level players?
Yeah, that's not right.
Yeah,
because
I don't think that. I'm just saying basing it purely off what basing it purely off what the title of the group is. You are stating that Noah is just a club level player.
No, it isn't just the title; it's what they refer to as. Yeah. I asked that because they're just called world class players, while the Master Strikers have other titles also added to them.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm here just to say this. We have had confirmation that every single one of the World 5 players
curled up in his bed, bro.
We've had confirmation that every single one of the World 5 players plays for their country's national team. Meanwhile, we have had no such confirmation for the majority of the Master Strikers.
No, but they do. Yeah, let's be honest.
No, we know that they do.
Let's be so for real. They definitely play.
Did you say none? Because we have confirmation for
definitely plays.
I said most.
We know Snuffy definitely plays. We know Noah definitely plays. We know Loki definitely plays for France.
Yes, literally said let's meet each other in the next World Cup. So Chris definitely be on.
So
and also
let's be honest.
Playing for the national team.
Every Master Striker definitely plays for the national team.
Yeah, maybe national team doesn't mean too much because look where Snuffy is from. You expect Snuffy to win with that team?
Nah, he won't win much with that team.
But
he is the crown messenger.
Snuffy could play for a whole different country, though. Snuffy could say, "Fuck it, we go to Italy and call it a day."
Yeah,
Snuffy could just
honestly.
He could, but maybe he doesn't qualify because remember Snuffy's played in every Europe top 5 leagues and won it.
No, he hasn't.
He has.
No, he hasn't. Snuffy has not. No, it's stated Snuffy has won 4 out of the 5 and is currently competing for the 5th. He's not.
Yeah, so he's played in every single one. Okay, maybe he's competing for the 5th.
You said he won.
I'd say he won all 5, which is why I'm correcting you.
Oh, right. Well, just say that straight away instead of saying no, he hasn't.
Well, that's what I was trying to, but every time I said no, he hasn't, before I could continue, you went, yeah, you cut me off.
Just be quicker next time.
Oh, Dad is putting with Vex here right now.
Just be quicker next time.
Realistically, I think the World 5 are definitely some of the best players.
Bro, Alexio is just this complicated man, bro. Just let him breathe, bro. He's just complicated.
You can agree British man, or disagree, but realistically,
that's
we
fair.
know feat-wise the World 5 have a lot of feats. We know that the Master Strikers have a lot of feats. However, based on statements, some of the World 5 have better capabilities. Like, for example, it is claimed that Pablo is the best free kick taker in the world.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
That puts him above everyone in one category already.
Yeah,
He's the best in the world.
Swing speed.
But that category also is a very rare category because like it doesn't free kicks don't often, especially direct free kicks, where you can shoot, they don't often happen in matches. So even he can be that good at them, but what does that serve him as a player in reality compared to someone who's the top striker?
What it serves him is, have we heard anything about Julian Loki is the best in this specific category? No, we haven't.
He's the best.
He's the fastest.
He's the best for his age, the fastest.
Best in his age group,
and he's also the next striker rival for Noah.
Well, my question is, Lavinho's a better dribbler than Pablo. Pablo definitely has better defensive feats than Pablo. So, like, just because he has meta vision and he's the best free kicker, do we really put Pablo above Lavinho?
Exactly. And why do you put Luna above? What does Luna have? Luna's just a dribbler.
Nah, because like, I'm still fucking bond on the Lavinho versus Pablo thing. I still think Lavinho is above Pablo.
No, I don't.
Because Lavinho has shown more defensive feats than Pablo. This is just based off feats for now.
This is what I'm getting at, though. You're basing it off the number of feats rather than the quality of feats.
They don't have good quality feats. These are blue lockers.
Pablo's only
you can't go
base stopping Badger once. Literally, that's his only defensive feat.
You can't base this off the amount of feats because significantly the Master Strikers have had more time to shine than the World 5 did.
Yes,
therefore, the Master Strikers have had more screen time and have had more opportunities to show their feats. Meanwhile, the World 5 haven't had that opportunity, which is why I'm distinctly saying this is based off what I believe the quality of feats are. Because going based off the number of feats, the Master Strikers are the best. There's no debate.
But quality doesn't favor them either because they fought pre-U20 blue lockers. Their quality is horrible.
Yeah, and I'm saying that Lavino's best
having the capability of metavision is a higher quality feat than anything that Lavinho has shown me, in my opinion.
He stalled. Noah could not take the ball off him. That's it right there. Noah in a 1v1 cannot take the ball off Lavinho. That beats every single feat that they have.
We don't even know how good what's his name, Pablo's metavision is. Like, we know it's gonna be good in world class level, but we haven't like really seen much of it.
Yeah, I think Snuffy probably has better metavision than Pablo.
Plus, we haven't really seen his spot, bro. Like Ginga, you have to take like 4 people or whatever the hell Bassett Munchin was doing to jump Bachira. Like Ginga, I really think Ginga's like a really OP weapon. Because metavision, you have to be like smart, which Pablo is probably like a good metavision user. But
yeah,
like,
he will
Ginga, like, if you have Ginga, anyone who has Ginga and uses it, I'm pretty sure you're damn good at it. Unlike metavision, where it's like, okay, you actually have to be good at using it. And Pablo's only other feats is free kicks and passes, which both of the qualities are pretty good. But like Lavinho, man, his dribbling is insane. And then his defensive speed, and defense is just. I think his speed amps is better than Pablo, and then his defensive. They both only have one real good defensive stop, both of them. So it's not even quantity that I'm talking about; it's quality. Lavinho's speed blitz is Nagy, who has the ball.
I want to clarify. We have literally seen your point that Noah couldn't like get the ball off Lavinho. Lavinho couldn't get past Noah in a one-on-one.
That's not my point, bro. That was OP's point.
I was actively pulling up the panel to get back at this. Lavinho can't get past.
I know. Noah did a pretty good job.
The minute another obstacle was added. So in a dead set, they are equal. And being equal to Noah in anything, it puts them over the world.
But Noah's not even supposed to be a defender, so we can't use that.
Yeah,
he did.
Using Noah's
defensive feats.
Using Noah's defensive feats is not valid, in my opinion, because Noah's not a defensive player.
This is what I hate.
He has better defensive feats than the World 5.
What?
No. But like this is, you can't be basing these strikers off of their defensive feats. Like Chris Prince, people were talking about Otoya schooling him. Of course, Otoya is going to school a striker who doesn't play defense much.
The only reason Lavinho got past Noah was because Isagi got in Noah's way. because Noah was about to keep up with Lavinho, but couldn't because Isagi was directly stood in front of him.
Which is a false cartoon.
But it doesn't actually mean that Noah would have stopped Lavinho though.
Noah did stop Lavinho though. He didn't take the ball.
He stalled him.
It was a clash of guns.
It
doesn't.
It was perfectly balanced. He didn't stop him.
It didn't stop him yet.
Yes, no, but he stopped him from advancing.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. He could have still advanced later on.
Exactly. It's not like a 1-0.
We have no feat to say.
Wait, I have the fucking page right now.
One-on-one can get past Noah.
Right, but Noah is still barely managing to keep up with a high unstoppable machine. What the hell is this? That's the exact line. So Noah is barely hanging in there.
Barely. He was gonna get past.
Yeah, he was gonna get past. Let's be honest.
Also, another thing, like Pablo, one thing, Luna's another, because Luna has a single feat against a worst Rin, and somehow that puts him above Lavinho.
I mean, the only thing you can argue with Luna is the fact that he's the striker for La Real. But then Lavinho is a striker for FC Barca, which should really be on the same level.
Another thing, Raito, with that, they're in the same league, right? Barca and Real.
Yeah.
Lavinho has scored the most in his league. That's stated feat. So he scored more than Luna. Luna has nothing over him.
That's why I put Lavinho over him, because these are both strikers. They're supposed to be in that one category. So I actually have Lavinho over Luna.
I am sick of stating this. I acknowledge, as a pure striker, Lavinho is better. I'm sick of bringing that up.
What does Luna have in any other category over him, bro?
What does Luna have? He doesn't
have
defending. He doesn't have dribbling.
Lavinho, as an overall player, has less capabilities, and therefore is a worse overall.
Why?
What does Luna have better than Lavinho in any capability, bro? Oh, wait.
He has one feat that Lavinho beats him at, and that's dribbling. That's the only feat Luna has, is dribbling.
Nah, I still think if you put Lavinho in Luna's situation, he would have cooked the whole team.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like,
what are some other single players?
What happened?
Like, I generally don't have a feat that Luna beats Lavinho in. I love it. Luna got a better cut. Nah, Lavinho has a better haircut. Fuck that ugly hairstyle, looking like a damn banana scoop falling down.
Nah, yeah, Lavinho's haircut rocks.
Luna sucks. His hair sucks, bro.
It looks like a rating haircuts is wild, bro.
My question is, has it ever been stated that Lavinho is on the national team for Spain?
It hasn't, I don't think. But he definitely is.
He's Brazilian. He's not even Spanish.
Yeah,
has it ever been stated that he's on the national team for Brazil?
He definitely is, though.
Class, but we don't know. We don't, because some people decide to retire earlier.
There's no confirmation, but let's be
honest. Actually, that's an amazing point for my Pablo argument.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, no, sorry, Dada Silva, not Pablo. Yeah. I'm getting my wires crossed. Dada Silva is confirmed to be a member of the Brazil national football team. We have no confirmation like that for Lavinho.
Yeah.
You can make the assumption Lavinho is based off how skilled he is, but if we're going purely off feats, we have no feat to say Lavinho is world class and not just club level. We have a feat to say Dada Silva is.
What Lavinho is stated to be world class, though.
Yeah.
So
he's not stated.
Didn't they already say all Manchester strikers are world class? Didn't
all Manchester strikers are world class?
He go say that in his speech about the strikers.
So what you're basically saying, Nexio, is that because Saitoshi's new Gen 11, even the current Rin is better, not better than him, because Saitoshi has a higher title than him. That's what you're basically saying with Silva and Lavinho.
No, what I'm saying is that Silva
has a title, right?
No, I'm saying that Silva has played on a team that we have no proof Lavinho is capable of getting onto.
I mean, he is definitely capable.
It's like me stating Rin is better than Nagi because, and my only reasoning for it, we all know Rin's better than Nagi, but my only reasoning for it is Rin has played on Blue Locks, is played on the Japan U20 team. Nagi has not, and we have no proof he can play on the team.
Yeah, that's a fair statement, right? But
that's my statement.
Let's
We've
be
seen
honest,
that
right?
Dada Silva.
I'm sorry. It's a fair statement, but let's be honest.
I'm pretty sure the person with the most goals in the La Liga should be able to be on the national team.
Lavinho definitely.
You would assume.
He has the most goals on the in the La Liga.
That's why I'm thinking we can presume from what we know of him. What we can presume from what we've seen of him, he is. However, you guys stated actual feats we've seen. We have never seen Lavinho get stated to be on his nationality's national team.
Yeah.
However, we have seen it for Dada Silva. So going purely of stated and seen feats, we have to assume Dada Silva is capable of achieving something that we can't assume Lavinho is capable of. Like, Lavinho has no proof that he's capable of being on the national team. Dada Silva does. Dada Silva is a national team player. Therefore, Dada Silva is that national team level. Lavinho, we can't say he is. Therefore, because we don't have the evidence to say he is, we have to just confirm that he isn't until proven otherwise.
Yeah. Also, you said assume and then proof. Assumption and proof are not required for each other.
Okay, yes, I'm fucking up my words. I can acknowledge that. So basically, Dada Silva is proven to be on the national team. Lavinho is not proven to be on the national team. We can assume Lavinho could be on the national team, but if we don't make any assumptions, we know Dada Silva is national team material. Lavinho is not. That is our knowledge.
Where's the proof that national team puts you above other things?
Because like Paul Pogba is still like really world class.
Where's the proof?
Because Pogba had to take away from the national team because of I don't want to talk about his personal shit, but does that make him worse than most of France's midfielders just because he isn't playing for the national team?
Exactly.
If you, in my opinion, if you are playing in a position for a national team, aka Dada Silva plays forward, and you have another forward who does not play for the national team, unless given a reason why Lavinho doesn't play for the national team, we've not been given a reason on why he doesn't. We just know he doesn't. So therefore,
we're assuming. You can't assume he doesn't. If we can't assume he does play, you can't assume he doesn't play.
Exactly.
It doesn't work the other way. You can't go.
What I'm stating is not that he doesn't. I'm stating that until proven otherwise, the only Brazilian national players we have are Dada Silva. Therefore, the only Brazilian national, Lavinho, who is Brazilian, has no confirmation to be a national player, and therefore has no confirmation to be on the level of Dada Silva.
Why is national a level? Because national team is the national team.
National is very much so a higher level of play than club level. I think everyone here can agree that.
Yeah, but there's this thing as well.
Like Neymar is still better than like a bunch of left wingers right now in Brazil, but because of his current club form was, let's say, his team is pretty much shit. So because of that, he wasn't able to stand out. So he didn't make the team. But Lavinho fucking standing out.
Unless something like I want to clarify, that's not been stated
a level,
for Lavinho.
It's an implied level. If you're not going by any implied things, being on the national team doesn't mean anything because it implies a level of skill level. If you don't use an implied statements at all, you can't use that as an argument because the only way you could argue for strength is implied.
So the thing with this, right, is you're right, because Lavinho hasn't been said to play for the national team, right? But I think you can't say that he doesn't play for them because he hasn't been confirmed to play. I think we had this argument. We had it's the same concept as the argument me and Aero had earlier. You can't say he doesn't.
I'm stating.
I got
you can't say he doesn't play for them.
Aero, that's not
confirmed.
Aero.
On top of that,
Aero, I'm used to arguing with Aero. Raito, I'm not saying that he doesn't play for the national team. I'm saying we've got confirmation that one character is capable of playing for the national team, and we've not got that same confirmation for the other. So going purely off statements and things we've seen, we've got confirmation Dada Silva can reach a level of football that we do not have confirmation.
Yeah.
That
so
Lavinho
I was going to say that
is my point.
when it comes to the level of football, right? The international isn't inherently better than club level. It's not inherently better than club level. You could play for a Nigeria, but your best player is only League 2 level. Do you get it? So just because you play for the international team doesn't mean you're better than a player that plays for France or plays for an Arsenal. Do you get it?
Even Saif.
My point is, if you have two people who play,
so Dada Silva could play for Brazil, but he could also play for I don't know, a Palmeiras, whereas Lavinho's playing for FC Barca. FC Barca's level is way higher than Palmeiras, but Dada Silva might get the nod ahead because Palmeiras is a Brazilian team. Do you get it?
I would like to state, if there are two people competing for a spot if there are two people capable of having a spot on a national level team, and we know one of them has a spot, and we have no confirmation if the other one has a spot, despite what their club is, we know this player has achieved something that we can't know the other player has achieved. That is my point that I'm getting at. Do you agree or disagree?
Doesn't mean he's a better player, though.
It means we know he is capable of things we don't know the other is capable of.
Yeah, but does that make him a better player?
That's more if he's been in a situation.
Think about it. Does that make him a better player?
Yes, until we get told that Lavinho is.
No,
until we get told that Lavinho. Can you stop cutting me off? Until we get told that Lavinho is capable of making it to the national level,
which he is.
We can't. Go on, just say what you're gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, which he is because he plays for FC Barca, so he definitely is because FC Barca's level is higher than the national level.
So you believe all the players on FC Barca are capable of making it to their national teams?
Nope.
Okay, right. You trying to fuck yourself there, buddy.
Nope.
What the
fuck? It is. Because the clubs, right? Clubs take the best players from around the world and bring them to their clubs. The national team has to pick from the best players of their nationality and bring them to the national team. Now, when you've got the world as your picking board, right? You have a bigger what do you call it, sample size. You got a bigger scope of.
So once again, Raito, my question is: do you think all of the FC Barca players are capable of playing for their national teams?
No,
because that is what you're stating.
No, I don't.
You're stating that FC Barca is better than national teams.
If my national team has I don't know, 5 great defenders, right, that they can pick from, then the FC Barca player might be 5th on that list of players, and so he might not get in because he's 5th.
And also, are you saying the bench players on the national team are better than those on the club team? One of the best clubs in the world, by the way, stated in the manga.
This completely fucks this topic up. Okay, but Lexio, are you like using this? I know you've used the statement about like club levels, like they've been in a situation the other has been in. But like what I'm concerned about is this you trying to say Lavinho is worse than Silva? That's what I don't give a fuck about that.
I don't believe, me personally, based on not just what we've seen, but based on my own personal beliefs, I don't believe Lavinho is better than Dada Silva.
What?
But I believe if you are going to make the argument, you have to go pure from what we've seen and what's been stated.
Go on.
Then if we're going off what's been seen and stated, Silva has made it to a level that Lavinho has not been stated to make it to. Therefore, I give Silva the win, just purely based on what's been stated.
I feel like this is more of a been in a situation rather than can be in it. Because like Sai obviously is better than nearly 90% of his country, but yet he could have been in it, but he didn't decide to it. So it's not he couldn't make it, but he just didn't decide.
Okay.
So I
Where's
don't.
the statement that Lavinho has been given the opportunity and chosen not to?
Obviously, he's world class talent, not world class, but fucking like good enough to be in his country. Like he's the freaking master striker. Like he is the.
Lavinho is world class.
Okay.
He's definitely world class.
Where is it stated that Lavinho is able to make it to the Brazil team?
Like Kaneshiro hasn't even talked about it because he didn't need to. I don't think he needs to talk about it. Like, why does he need to address
All
it?
I'm saying
but the answer is it hasn't been stated.
You guys made points on purely what's been seen and what's been stated, and saying no assumptions or like intuitions. Going off that logic, we cannot say Lavinho has ever played in the World Cup. It's never been stated that Lavinho has played in the World Cup. It's never been stated that Lavinho has even played for Brazil's team. Whereas we know Silva
also never stated in the world no has played for his team.
A bum from India can play on the World Cup and be better than Lavinho because he played on the World Cup.
True.
Wait, so is Dada Silva better than Noah Noah? Because Noah has never played for his national team. Never been stated.
Because he's played in the World Cup and Chris Prince hasn't.
I want to state this. The fact of the matter is, saying some Indian player is better because blah blah blah, that's a different country with different nationalities we are talking about. I'm directly comparing. The reason I'm not doing this for Cavaso's first,
but you can say anyone from Brazil makes the
different. It's two different nationalities with two different pools of players to pull from. Whereas if we're talking about a country where both these two players are in the same country, they're the same nationality to pull from, and we know one of them got pulled, and we don't know if the other has or hasn't. We know this one has been capable of something. We don't know if this one has been capable. So comparing someone like a random Indian player, as someone brought up, that's not applicable because that's a different level, that's a different country, that's a different pool of characters.
I can get
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. But like,
I'm making direct comparisons from this pool because this is the pool that I can make direct comparisons from.
Brazil and both
Someone
of them.
asked about Chris Prince. Something to do with Chris Prince?
Chris has been confirmed to be in. He's gonna be in the World Cup. So yeah.
I was gonna say, did anyone say anything about Chris Prince? Because I can make my statements about Chris Prince and fucking.
I don't remember.
Like
Chris, I was just saying,
Chris
Chris has been confirmed to play being in the next.
Yeah, Chris Prince has been confirmed to be inside media. He's been confirmed to have played for England before, just like Adam Blake was confirmed to play for England. So it's like it's not applicable. It's not the same statement as what I'm trying to make the point of. I'm just trying to make the point that if you're saying that you've got to go purely off, if you're saying we've got to go purely off statements and what we have seen, you get really messy with stuff like Dada Silva being stated to be on a national team when it's not been stated for other characters, even though it's clear that they will be on the national team. So I'm saying, if I'm going off what I can infer based on characters, I can infer that based on what we know of Cavassos and based off the way it's been described, Cavassos' metavision surpasses Lavinho's dribbling. That is what I infer from the statements. People can infer different things, and I don't deny that. But if you want to get into the point that we can only go off statements and what we've actively seen, Dada Silva is either on par with Lavinho or better than Lavinho. We can't definitively state him as worse because we've seen him make it to the national team. We haven't seen Lavinho make it to the national team. Same pool of players.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make the point. I'm
agree.
not making the point that Silva is better.
Not better than Lavinho, though.
No, that's what I'm saying. Dada Silva isn't better than Lavinho. But I'm saying if you're going purely off statements and
but if you're going off feats, then Lavinho is better than Dada Silva
because he's had more time. But we can't use that.
Yes. But what I'm stating is you can't say he's better because even off feats.
No. On feats he's better for sure.
No, because
better feats.
On feats is better for
better feats means better.
Yeah.
Okay. Dada Silva has the feat of being chosen for the same team that Lavinho has not been confirmed to be chosen for. A confirmation that you were chosen to play.
That doesn't mean nothing, my bro. That doesn't make you a better player. I told you this before.
So you can say like the worst person on your Brazil team.
You can put any player on the Brazil team. Manny just picked the Brazil team so they can pick by
as well. If
for example, Rodrigo's not making the team. Not not making the team because the manager doesn't like him, stuff like that. So that's gonna be like
Benzema didn't play for France for years, and he was the best striker in the world at the time.
Okay, so you're stating that if a player gets chosen over someone else, that doesn't mean they're a better player than that someone else.
No, it doesn't.
Not all the time.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
If that's your only evidence, that's a problem. That's my problem with it. If that's your sole purpose for basing someone better than another person, then I don't.
That's under the assumption that the Blue Lock world works in like the real world works when it comes to picking players.
Because this is kind of
we know that the way Kaneshiro has set this story up is the World Cup players are the best players. That's just a fact of the story we are reading.
I mean, we don't actually know that, but
yes, we do.
That. We assume that. We don't actually
read what Anne-Marie says in the first chapter.
What's she say? You say it.
Pull it up and I'll. The whole point of this story is to reach the World Cup because it's the best level of football in this story. So in the context of this story,
the context of the story is to create the best striker.
What did you say?
The context of the story is to create the best striker.
The way they're gonna the World Cup thing, that's just a byproduct.
That's just because I can't even on the damn thing.
That's just because in order for Igor to have the chance to create the best striker in the world, he has to then win the World Cup. That's his conditions for getting his project approved.
Okay, so I have a question. for Lexio. So with this, is Leonardo Luna, still above Lavinho for you?
Is Leonardo Luna still above Lavinho for me? Are we talking about? Am I allowed to use my own personal opinion, or do I have to go purely off feats?
You are allowed to use your personal opinion.
Yes, he's above him.
Yeah, I can't see it.
All good, bro. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'll try and figure it out for
Like
next
I
time.
say, if I'm basing things off my personal opinions and my personal thoughts on the matter, I believe that both Pablo and Luna are better than Lavinho.
I really want to come back to this topic at the end of the series, bro.
That's That's fair. You can believe that.
When
You've got your
that's all I've been saying, it's what I believe. You can say
you've got
I'm
your
wrong
arguments.
going purely off Feats.
I don't think the
I
story
don't give a
suggests that.
fuck what you believe, Lexio, if I'm being damn
I
honest.
don't think the story
Fuck you
suggests.
want me to get shit on in a damn movie for your fucking entertainment. Fuck you.
That was a joke, Suki, you know it.
I know, I'm just fucking with you too, but fuck you.
So yeah, LHEOO says I would vote Lavinho, whereas Emerald says I would vote Luna.
Emerald's been on my ass about this Luna vs. Lavinho thing for a minute. I even made a. Did I make a YouTube short about this? Fuck.
Why is Luna in there? I thought it was between Dada and Lavinho. Oh wait, oh no, we're talking about. Oh, Lexio thinks Luna's above
Yeah.
Lexio thinks
Lavinho.
all the World 5 is above Lavinho. Lexio thinks the whole World
Listen,
5.
Lexio's got a good. He's got a good argument to say that Luna might be above Lavinho, but I think in world feats, Lavinho be outscoring Luna in the league puts him above Luna.
It's not even that, because if we take
as
away
well as getting to the Copa del Rey final.
Right. If we take away just the striker and look at the other feats like defensively and playmaking, right? Luna doesn't really have any playmaking feats. He doesn't have any defensive feats. Meanwhile, we've seen Lavinho like do stuff, and the only things they're on par in is dribbling and shooting. And actually, no, I can't give Lavinho shooting. I'll give Luna shooting. But like, yeah, dribbling wise, I think Lavinho is better. So
yeah,
the
I
one
mean,
thing Luna has better than him is shooting.
Just in the story would suggest that current Lavinho is better than Luna.
And then we should give him what you call it, the IQ feature or whatever, like because what you call it, he's basically a high degree version of Rail in terms of IQ and dexterity. So we can give him.
And I don't think Lexio, I don't think you can use the Dada Silva argumentation to back Luna up in this one, because just because
No, that's
it
not
was both.
what I want to.
Nah, he was talking about it because both of them are Brazilian. I know what he was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, my point was that basing everything purely off what we've seen and what's been stated isn't 100% accurate, because some statements and some things just haven't been seen or said yet.
Yeah.
And so going just off what's been seen and said already isn't 100% accurate. Like, there's obvious stuff we know that just hasn't been mentioned yet.
Yeah, and that's my argumentation tactics.
My argument for Luna is that whilst Lavinho has scored more, or was the top scorer, or whatever it was, well, that's all happened. You've got to factor in the fact that, does anyone here believe that FC Barca is a better team than La Real?
No.
No.
It's not stated to be no.
I don't know.
I think they're very close, though.
They're stated to be one of the best clubs in the world, but La Real stated to be the best club in the world.
So, my thought process is, the ace of La Real Luna, who currently, my thought process is, La Real's going to have other good players, definitely.
I mean, La Real just
right
bought two
now,
new strikers. Well, just bidding on two new strikers.
But right now, all I can see is Luna. That pushes my point even more forward. Luna's the ace of the team, and clearly, if they're buying two more strikers,
Lavinho is
they
definitely
don't really
the ace
have
of this team too.
Wait, is Luna
no,
confirmed to be the ace of the team?
Yeah. He is confirmed. Looking me to confirm it, but Lavinho is also the ace.
Wait, but
yeah, no, let me get into my point. Let me get into my point. Please stop cutting me off, because
I fucking love this shit.
It's pissing me off. Luna's confirmed to be the ace, so we know Luna's the ace. If they're purchasing two more strikers, it shows that clearly they don't have strikers on the level that they need outside of Luna, who we know is on that level, because he's one of the fucking national team players. If he was another shit player, we wouldn't get Luna on the national team. Meanwhile, you've got Luna, who's working for the best club, who's got to compete with the direct rival club, who is using both Lavinho, who is the ace of his club, Lavinho's great, and Bunny. We've had two confirmed mega power players on that team in terms of the forward role, and we've only really confirmed that Luna, as a forward player, is the only real decent player for La Real right now. This can be inferred based on they've purchased two other strikers. Because if they didn't have a good striker at all, they wouldn't be the top club in the world. which is stated as a whole point that you need a good striker to be a good team. That is the point of Blue Lock. Therefore, they're the top club in the world right now. We know Luna's their ace striker. Therefore, they've purchased the other strikers because they don't have other good strikers. Meaning Luna on offense is single-handedly carrying them to be a top club. Meanwhile, Lavinho has the support of Bunny. And we can state, whilst Lavinho has scored a lot of goals, and Lavinho is the ace, whilst Lavinho was in the NEL, Bunny was still carrying the team to victories. Meaning, Lavinho wasn't a necessity to the team's success. Whereas from what we know,
Lavinho's the one that provided the goal. Bonnie didn't do anything but score it.
No, because Lavinho, it's literally been stated, whilst Lavinho was in the NEL, Bunny stepped up to be the
so that's
main
whilst
striker.
Lavinho was in the NEL, but Lavinho still finished top goal scorer.
Yeah, I know. But my point is, they still won games whilst Lavinho wasn't there.
Yeah, but you said Bonnie carried the team. It doesn't suggest that.
Yeah, exactly. And another thing.
My exact words, Raito, were Bunny carried the team.
Carried the team. That's what you said. You actually said
my exact words.
Bunny carried the
team. Can I say something?
Okay, everyone stop cutting me off. I stated, whilst Lavinho was at the NEL, Bunny carried the team. Whilst Lavinho was at the NEL,
you didn't put the whilst Lavinho was at the NEL.
That was the first statement I made.
You added that afterwards.
What did he do?
No, that was the first statement I made. Whilst Lavinho was at the NEL, Bunny stepped up to carry the team.
Can I say something?
Word for word.
No, word for word was Bunny carried the team.
Suki, what did I say?
He said Bunny carried the team when Lavinho was gone. That's what I was trying to correct Raito about.
No, he said Lavinho was gone after. I already pulled him up on it.
No, Lavinho was gone, and Bunny had to step up when Lavinho was gone. That is the point I was making.
Yeah, that's the point you were making, but that's not.
So I don't think Luna is the best. I just think Luna is more capable than Lavinho, because while Lavinho's team is successful, Lavinho's team's success doesn't rely solely on him. Whereas Luna, based on the fact that they've had to get 2 new strikers, they've not just had to get 1, they've had to get 2 new strikers, it shows that they don't really have capable strikers outside of their ace, who is Lavinho. So that is who is Luna, which is why I think Luna is a better player than Lavinho.
Can I say something? Your assumption that because Real is getting 2 more strikers, their team is weak is completely baseless assumption that makes no sense. Real is the best club in the world. That applies to every single one of their players. By inferring just because they're getting more strikers means that they need that. No, they are the richest club. They're probably the richest club in the world. They can throw money around. They are the best club in the world. So all of their players are the best.
If that's the case, why was it only strikers that they obtained?
Because they wanted. That's what they wanted. They wanted the best players, and the best players in the NEL were strikers.
And Rin can't play.
Kaiser's the fucking best New Gen 11, and they wanted him.
Rin can't play for them yet.
Exactly, and Rin can't play for them. They scouted U20 players. What is that?
By the way, this is for next season, bro. And keep in mind, Lavinho was doing all this stuff without Bunny. Bunny only came midway through the season, so Lavinho was
exactly
that we know of until Bunny came along.
He was the only one. So, assuming that their team is bad when they're stated to be the best team, and saying that that's only okay. Listen. You insisted that the team outside of Luna was bad. That is what you said. You said it was lacking. You said the best club in the world outside of one player was lacking.
I said their offense.
No, you did not say offense. You did not say offense.
He did. OP chill. He did.
Okay, either way, when you're talking about overall players, you say their offense is lacking.
My statement is that my opinion is they have decided to bid on 2 new strikers and not bid on anyone else. You can't say these strikers are the best players when we've got other players capable levels of the strikers who aren't strikers, like Aiku and Lorenzo, who didn't get bids. This to me tells me that they only bid on strikers, that the only bids we know of, should I say, are on strikers because they paid more for strikers because they needed strikers. If Luna wasn't a far superior striker to the rest on the team, if Luna wasn't the top current striker on the team, they wouldn't consider him the ace. Therefore, even if If Luna is carrying L'Oreal, why the fuck would he need any more firepower? All that's showing is Luna is struggling to keep. No matter what, going on a solo striker mission, when you've got teams that have both Lavinho and Bunny directly in your league, even if you're better individually than both of them, you're not going to keep up with both of them combined. So you need that support. You can say this whole egoist thing, but at the end of the day, even if Barrow plays a solo striker, he has Send Out as a backup striker, because he can't always do everything on his own.
That is just further proof that Lavinho, on the best team in the world, is not the only one making it the best. He is not succumbing so much of that title himself to put himself over the best scorer in the entire league.
I'm not saying he is. I'm saying that his offense...
You are saying, because he's saying he's better than Lavinho. You're saying that because of that,
Yes,
him as a player being the... Can I finish?
Go on.
Thank you. You're saying that him as the ace striker, him being the one to score all the goals, be the ace of the team, the best player on the team, thus he assumes so much of that world's best club, what's it called, title, that he's above someone who stated to score the most goals, and you're using Bunny, a new Gen 11, to say, what's it called, Barca, whatever their name is, has more help. Thus, that means Lavinho is doing less, even though that help only came midway through the season. He scored 11 goals, not that much, compared to Lavinho, who stated to score the most goals out of the entire league.
I think the story so far is suggesting that Lavinho is above Luna.
I disagree.
I think so far it's suggesting that Lavinho is above Luna. That's not to say that La Real is below Barca, but Barca did make it to the Copa del Rey final and La Real did not. So I think we need to take we need to take that into account as well. On top of that, La Real is a team. Real Madrid in general is a team that loves to stack superstars. So even if Luna is the ace of that team, he should also be surrounded by just as good players. So Lavinho being top goal scorer and making it to the Copa del Rey final would suggest that he is above Luna in the story narratively. What's the chat talking about?
I have no idea, but yeah.
TK saying, "What's up with the chat? What's everyone?" We're talking about whether we believe Luna is better than Lavinho. Lexio believes that Luna is better than Lavinho. I don't.
I don't fucking agree with him ever. Honestly, this isn't even just my hate boner. This is just me being real today.
Yeah. No, it's I get where Lexio's coming from, but I think in the story so far, what's been shown is Lavinho is the better one out of the two. On top of that, we've seen Lavinho do more than Luna.
Ace has just made a statement.
Who?
Ace has just made a statement. Your point of Lavinho is better because he's the top goal scorer in his league versus Adam Blake being the top goal scorer, who I think we can all agree isn't better than Chris Prince.
Ace.
No, my thing is that Lavinho has better
context.
Where is this?
Oh, different best.
No,
that's completely different context.
Because I've made a YouTube short about this. My thing is that they're very close in terms of abilities, so I had to edge it out because of the goal scoring abilities. Because like Lavinho has better dribbling and better, he just has better showings because of the more screen time we have. But in terms of like defensive feats, he's only at like 1 or 2, and he's done better than Luna. Like we haven't seen Luna done any of the feats like defensively or playmaking, so we can't really talk about that. So that's why I have to go on goal scoring. Meanwhile, we've seen like Chris Prince just do way better stuff than Adam Blake.
Yeah. So in regards to Ace, I did say we've seen Lavinho do more than Luna. So
it's not even do more. It's just he's done better. It's not even doing more. It's doing better than him.
Yeah, we've seen him do better than him.
My whole point regarding this is we've actively seen Lavinho get more screen time, over double the screen time of Luna. So he has to have done more.
Yeah.
Like my thing,
therefore,
but he can only be on the pitch for 3 minutes at a time.
Raito, let him finish, bro.
saying he's done more than fucking Adam Blake has done, then Luna, sorry, I'm getting my words mixed up. Saying Lavinho has done more than Luna, therefore he's better than Luna, isn't fair because he's got more screen time than Luna. Just because a character has more screen time and therefore is allowed to do more doesn't necessarily mean they are better.
Okay, but when we're comparing, we can only go by what we've seen. And on top of that, Adam Blake faced a second selection blue lock, whereas Lavinho played against actual club teams in the NEL.
Righto. The point that I made before this question, a point that you agreed with, is that we are not going purely based on what we've seen. We are going based on what we can infer.
Yeah. But even with what we can infer, Lavinho's still above Luna.
I disagree.
I don't see how you can't see that.
I disagree because based on what I can infer, Luna is on a team where he is the offensive ace, and this team is considered better than Lavinho's team where he is the offensive ace.
Yeah, but it's considered, but hasn't been shown to be better.
Like for me, there
was a chance for us to see La Real being better than Barcher, but they wasn't.
No, okay, that's just why.
No, because Copa del Rey.
Yeah, maybe La Real just had a bad performance. Like it'd be like that, Like they will cook them in the La Liga, but maybe
the right whatever he wants, and he wrote La Real out.
Obviously, he doesn't want he wanted that to be a one chapter affair, so he obviously wasn't gonna write La Real versus FC Barca.
He didn't even need to show
it. That's meta. That's not what it's showing.
Like we're reaching here.
We just want to get Atletico Madrid clapped just like they always do in real life.
We're reaching, bro. We're reaching. Yeah. Sorry, but that's a reach.
Okay, yeah, that's true. But still, like in my opinion, what I'd be doing to do this feat is could Lavinho do everything in Nuna's shoes? The same, just the straight edge. So I could see Luna having a harder time if he was in Lavinho's position, trying to get past Noah, doing the stuff he did against I don't know. We don't have enough speed feats to see if he can like blitz Nagy the way Lavinho did. Meanwhile, Lavinho could easily just blow by Rin the way Luna did. Like, oh yeah, that's the one Luna speed feat we have. We have him just taking down on but that feat was so much shorter than the real life field. So like all the World 5 feats are done on such a small field too. Like we don't even get to see them play on a real field. Meanwhile, Luna's running across the pitch to stop Nagy. So that's why it's very hard for me to like do these comparisons because it's like Rin scoring a corner goal, the half court goal. These are not going to be done on a real pitch field. This is like only because it's second selection and
exactly. Yeah, like it's not even an 11v11. Like the feats just aren't stackable on a world stage, and we see Lavinho's world stage feats are just better.
We'll have OP videos soon.
I don't know. Videos aren't.
He sounds like one of those professional YouTubers who make Naruto videos, man.
Wait, semi-finals of what tournament?
Like one of those professional Naruto YouTubers.
I used to make JJK videos.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Wait, Leo, what semi-finals of what tournament?
Okay, I think he's talking about Lavinho, right? So Lavinho, Noah and the semi-finals of the Champions League.
Wow. Okay.
And Noah clapped his ass.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. Where was Luna in all this?
On the bench.
We're not supposed to know much about Luna yet. I think we're gonna get much about Luna after the U20 World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is right. I don't feel we have enough on Luna to say that he's better than Lavinho.
This is why I don't want to make a full video on this. I had to just make a quick short and cut a day because the fucking mayhem we have done today just because of pro characters that we don't even have full stories and anything.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like the only thing that Luna really has is just being a part of Real. And what if Real has the best defense? Insane defense, and then that's why they're the best.
La Real should have the best everything.
Yeah, so I don't think one player makes L'Oreal the best.
Yeah, they should be all around just the best team, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they have the best striker as well.
Exactly.
Because still, we let's not forget that FC Barca are their rivals.
Mm-hmm. Which means they can win sometimes.
Yep.
Please no one use the argument that just because FC Barca is in the NEL that means they're better than Lavia. Laviel just probably chose not to attend.
Yeah.
Because like it's also a money thing too, when all the players agree to go. Because like freaking Sai wouldn't go if that was the case. I doubt he goes.
Yeah, it's probably just agreements. Like, because Ego says it's like the best European clubs, and we know that L'Oreal is the best like specific club. So it's not like they didn't get an invite because Ego was looking for the best European clubs. They definitely did. They just didn't accept.